Hello and welcome to Live Healthy Now. Today we're with Jim Weir, who is doing a really cool thing on a chair. That's the
two-arm lever.
Armed lever.
Yeah.
Wow, I would not even attempt that. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me, Beth.
Absolutely. Today we want to talk with you because you have just an amazing story of having overcome cancer and various other ailments, and just on a really interesting journey of healthy living.
And that's truly what is key to this, is a healthy living, to overcome an obstacle. I had kidney disease as well. I was down to 16% kidney function. When you hit 15%, they have to take and put you on dialysis. I came very close to that, shot back up.
Wow, but you never had to do the dialysis.
Came close. They were ready to change over my
Right.
veins, so I would be able to have the injections for it. The other thing that I had as well, I found out later on, was a heart murmur that turned into the need for a valve replacement. I said, well, how will I know when it's time? He says, well, you will pass out.
Okay then. Well, that's definitive, yeah.
So
Wow.
anyway, ignoring all of the signs and all of the problems, I just moved ahead with my life. And I think that's what you need to do. Attitude is a huge part in recovering from any major disease. And, you know, following a healthy lifestyle, I should add here that I am following a plant-based diet,
Plant-based.
which is really good for heart and other ailments. And the other thing is your immune system. Your immune system is like your #1 fighter for cancer, for any diseases that you have. And in order to keep your immune system high, you have to have, #1, a positive attitude, because a negative attitude, if you think you're going to die, you probably will.
Probably will, yeah.
And if you convince yourself that, you know, you can overcome this by the power of God, because I'm a pastor, so that's very high in my agenda. And with the support group of a group of friends and family, you can have a change in the way that your disease is affecting you. I've had cancer for 17 years now. So we'll start at the easiest level, and you're on your elbows, leaning back. And this one is really good no matter what age. So you take your feet 1, 2, 3 to the center, 1, 2, 3 to the side, back. And as you get stronger, you can bring your legs out further, and it puts more of the emphasis onto the lower abdomen. It took 45 minutes to get my body to stop shaking when I had been doing intravenous chemotherapy. And they put Benadryl into the system and managed to get me down after 45 minutes. For a while, the chemotherapy was really working. Basically, it's like it got the train on the track, but the train wasn't moving. And I said, enough, I've had enough chemotherapy, I want to try natural methods.
So
and
what
that's
did
when
you
I
do?
started to really do research, and I went on to natural methods, and the train started moving.
Excellent. Tell us about these natural methods.
Well, lemons, believe it or not, when lemon juice comes into your body and hits your stomach acids, it turns alkaline. And an alkaline environment, cancer has a very hard time surviving in an alkaline environment. And so I researched it a little more, and I thought, why fight it? Why not feed it? And so I found out that cancer thrives on glucose. So I followed a recipe that somebody had mentioned and tried, and they said it really worked. And what it is it's 3 teaspoons of maple syrup, that's your glucose.
Right.
You mix it with 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which is very alkaline.
Okay.
And then you add 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric.
All right.
And I mixed them together over a low heat of about 3 out of 10 for 5 minutes, and they molecularly bonded together. Then I added a little bit of water so I could get it down, and it actually wasn't too bad. And I managed to take that in my body. You can measure the alkalinity of your body using litmus paper. So I went to a drugstore, got litmus paper, found I went from acidic to alkaline in a very short time.
Awesome.
And suddenly I didn't have the same symptoms. They were going.
Really?
And I was very, very thrilled with the fact that I was feeling better. Okay, this is called a vertical push-up. You get your feet away from the wall. If you're really weak, you go right close to the wall and just push out. As you get stronger, you move your feet further away till the point where you're actually doing quite a ways out from the wall. You get stronger and stronger. And no matter what age you are, you can pick where you want to come from the wall and push out. This is a vertical push-up. And what it does is it builds, you know the flab we have in our arms here? It tightens that right up.
And so exercise is also a big component of this because you're very physically fit. You've been teaching physical activity for so long.
Well, exercise is right up there with nutrition as far as its impact upon the body for healing. Because you need those 8 components. There's nutrition, the next one is exercise, then comes water, lots of good, fresh, wholesome water, you know, pure. Then you have sunshine, okay? Sunshine is so important, your vitamin D.
Absolutely, and we just don't get enough of it in our daily routine. We're inside so much of the time.
You have temperance. Now, temperance is where you leave out things that are harmful. If I have lung cancer, I got to learn to quit smoking if that's what's brought it on. Learn what caused your problem and get rid of it. And it's using those things that are good in moderation. Water's good, but you know, you can drink too much water and you can throw your electrolytes right off.
And that's a really good point because a lot of people will say everything in moderation.
Yeah.
But that's not quite it. All good things, because not everything is good for us.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Not everything is good. When I exercise, by the way, I open my windows. My wife comes down, because we have a gym in our basement, and she says, "Oh, how come you're in here? It's so cold. You just got a t-shirt on." I said, "I'm warm as can be." So,
good stuff.
Yeah, fresh air is very important. Rest is the other one. It's a huge one. You got to get your sleep. And then the last one is trust in a higher power. I believe that's the number one key in my situation was that trust. Even though it comes at the end of all 8 of those health doctors, it's number one in what I consider to be the reason why I have recovered so well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So there is the nutrition, there's the exercise, the water, sunshine, temperance or moderation.
Air, fresh air, rest, and trust in God.
So that nutrition, exercise, water, all of those, that's an acronym for
New Start.
New Start, exactly. And just getting that new start into our lives.
Yes, and it's a beautiful plan, a plan for anybody who's sick or wants to get better, or even people who are not sick. It is a beautiful way for a person to change their lifestyle and prevent some of those things. Yes, prevention. We know the adage, you know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Absolutely.
But it's so true.
It is.
Mark a spot on the ground where you were last and try and increase and improve by getting a little further away. And mark how high your hands are. The lower your hands go, the harder it gets. The higher your hands go, the easier it gets. Anyway, that's my journey, and I hope it encourages other people. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I'm not trying to, that's the reason I showed this, that anything you do that shows you're proactive and you're looking forward to something better and you're not going to lay down and die, you're on the road to recovery.
I love it.
You really are.
Pastor Jim, thank you so much for being here today
Well,
and
thank you
sharing
for
these
having me.
gems of wisdom.
I appreciate you inviting me, Beth.
Awesome.